Let me show you my hack for never getting cavities. I mean, never. I'm 42 years old. My teeth are pretty good. They're not perfect, but I don't have to run to the dentist very often, and I think that's pretty great. This is also super cheap. It's easy to do, and the key is going to be to do it at night, every night before bed, no drinking or eating after, and you don't rinse it. It's like a mask. But obviously, you need to go talk to your own dentist before you do any of this stuff, because I am not your dentist. I am not your doctor. You need to talk to them. Let me show you how we're going to do this. And first of all, I have so many of these. Whenever they're on sale, I scoop them up because these are excellent. And they come in all different flavors: lychee breeze, mint. This one's like a soft mint, like the white Tic Tacs, if you know what I mean. Strawberry, another fresh peppermint, and this one is orange cream. Whatever. I have a million of these. And just so we're all on the same page here, we are talking about nano hydroxyapatite toothpaste, okay? That is NHA Toothpaste, and we need a concentration of 10% or more. Real quickly, before I show you how I use it, it's real popular in a lot of Asian countries. And basically what it does is it has these nanoparticles, teeny tiny little particles that are super duper microscopic that act kind of like spackle for your teeth. Wherever you have weak spots or tiny cracks or teeny tiny cavities forming, it goes in and it spackles them. Nanoparticles that NHA works to remineralize a lot of the weak spots, so your teeth feel smoother and a little glossier, and they just feel much better, but also they become a little bit stronger with repeated use. The whole key is that you have to keep using it. So just so we're clear, I'm not casting judgment on fluoride. If you use a fluoride toothpaste, that's great. I use a fluoride toothpaste in the morning and in the evening. This is my add-on, okay? So I am doing both. I'm doing a fluoride and an NHA. Also, for anyone asking if you're thinking about using just NHA, yeah, a lot of people do that too, because the nanoparticles can actually bind to a bunch of plaque and help move it out. But whatever, I'm using both. You do you. Here's the thing. You are going to need some floss picks. These are the scope ones. I have all different brands that I like, but these are pretty good. You need a floss pick, and this has to be done at night right before bed. You're not drinking after this, and you're not eating after. So what I do is I start with my regular flossing and brushing routine. I use the regular long floss. I think it does the best job for like getting stuff out. And then I go in and do a good job brushing. By the way, I'm going to link everything in the description so you have access to it, but use whatever you like, okay? Right after my teeth are all sparkly clean, I am not wasting time. I am still in the bathroom. I'm gonna take a little bit of the NHA toothpaste, whichever one I want that day. This one is the lychee breeze. I think it's great. My kids like this one also. And I squeeze like maybe a pea-size amount, maybe a little bit less on the back of my hand. And sometimes I need 2 picks because sometimes the picks break, so just be prepared for that. But you're gonna take it, you're gonna dip it in. Let me see if I can show you. You see how it's like coated in that NHA toothpaste? And then really get in there in a C motion. Dip it again. And you're gonna keep going all the way around the mouth. And that's because the cavities usually start in those in-between places near the gums. Whatever's left over at the end becomes a mask. And from my understanding, NHA just needs a lot of time and frequent use to really build up and do its thing. Obviously, you need to go speak to your own dentist and doctor before you do anything. I'm telling you what I do that has definitely worked for me. But this is an every night thing, takes a minute or two, and it's easy, and I never get cavities. And one tube could easily last you like 6 months. This one I think is like 14 bucks. I have had it long enough that they have changed the packaging now. This one's a little bit cheaper. I use that one all the time too. You saw my collection. I have a lot of them. They're all pretty good, and they all do the job. Everything is linked in the description, but you can find these a bunch of places. It's easier to find them online. For whatever reason, a lot of the big drugstores are not carrying them. I don't know why. Oh, also, I know everyone's gonna ask how I even started doing this, like who told me about this? I interviewed one of the top dentists in the world, one of the top cosmetic dentists in the world, like maybe 4 or 5 years ago for Reader's Digest, which, you know, I was working for them at that point. And this is what he told me he does. And I was like, if it's good enough for you, it's good enough for me. And if you have questions or you just want to yell at me, the comments are open.